do for myself. So I have my own little kits and my own materials to do my own nails. I'm gonna set that right there. I have a glass of red wine here. I actually put a picture of me and my husband on top of it because I still want it to be fresh. You know, I ain't want the whole living room smelling like wine because it too will happen. This is a bottle my husband brought me yesterday. It's a red blend and it's actually really good. Cheers. Mm. Now, everything else that I need the brush. Let me fill the brush. I try to keep the brush clean. As you can see, it's a little dusty. So I'm just going to set it inside of this acetone because that's what cleans the brush, the acetone. If you guys didn't know, or if you would like to know, if you want to soak your nails off, just get some acetone. Soak your hand in acetone and it'll come right off. It'll come right off. That's how I clean my brush. I keep my brush clean. I soak it inside of the acetone and it cleans it. I wipe it off and get to work. So like I said before, I do not use a drill. The drill is actually, I keep it in a box. Once I finish with it, I wrap it back up and put it back in a box, which I got from Amazon, which was only like $15, $16. I'm going to pull out just about everything that I'm going to use. This is a file I've had for a long time. And I will not part with it until it probably breaks, but I'm very comfortable with using this file. So I'm going to use this one this time again. Anything else? I will need this buffer. I use this buffer to buff my hands at the end before I put it in oil, which I have the oil somewhere around here. Don't even know. Oh, here it is. I had it sitting right behind the acetone. I mean, sorry, the liquid. But yeah, I got this from the beauty supply store as well. And let's see what else. But yeah, back to doing nails in Etheridge. Oh my God, I had so many kids. So many kids would come and get their nails done like every single day, y'all. And I really enjoyed it. No lie, I enjoyed making. I only charged them $5, and I really enjoyed doing that. It was like, I mean, it was a really big part of my life. You know, doing nails in the house, having people come like every single day, getting their nails and toes, and not just people coming. I would go to people's homes at that time, but now that's the only thing I do. I don't, like I said before, I don't really care for people to come to my house because I actually have a 2-bedroom home, so I don't got that much space in here anyway. And my husband is here. If he's not at work, he's here, and if he's not here, he's at his brother's house, and that's just pretty much how it is. And I know my husband don't really like all that traffic in the house anyway, so that's just how that is. I cleaned out this first little hole because that's where I'm going to put my liquid to do my nails. So I'm just going to pause the video and I'm going to put the nails on. I'm only going to do this hand just to show you guys how I do my nails. I actually just started my YouTube channel, so I was like trying to think of some videos to create. So this is just another video that I'm creating, and I'm just going to do this hand and show you guys how I do them and probably decorate them some sort of way and see how many likes I get. But yeah, I'm just going to pause the video and put the nails on real quick. Okay, so here I am back. I put the nails on and I clipped them. My Popeyes came, y'all. You know, sometimes when my DoorDash are here, I like to meet them outside, but they don't mess around and settle on the porch. I was like, oh my God, I missed it. You know, DoorDashers, they slick, boy. You know, they fuck around and take a picture of the food, put it on the app, and then come back and get your food and leave with the shit. I'll be like, bro, what the fuck? But anyway, thank you, DoorDash. I appreciate it. So, of course, y'all, I'm gonna pause this video again and I'm gonna eat a piece of chicken. But yeah, I did them all different lengths and sizes. So this is a square, of course, and then I have my cone here. This is a circle, and I don't know what they call it, but I call it slanted. But and this is just another square. I'm gonna shape them up, eat a piece of chicken, and then I'll be back. All right, y'all, I'm back. I have filed them, and I'm ready to put the primer and liquid on with the acrylic. So over here I have some clear powder. This is what I use on myself, although they do have different color powder, just like they have different color gel. So, you know, even if you want to switch up the colors on your powders and your gel, you can do so. But I have clear. That's what I've always used. So that's what I'm using. I'm going to cut the TV down a little bit. I actually put on She Devil. I actually like this movie. It's pretty cool. It's pretty funny, actually. It's with Roseanne and I think her name Meryl Streep or some shit like that. We're going to cut it down a little bit. So, yeah, I just started this YouTube channel because I actually quit my job. I quit like back in May. I was working at Emory Hospital in the kitchen. And I just can't take that shit no more. You know how you be at a job for a long period of time and you expect to move up, you expect to get some sort of promotion, although they throw the shit in your face all the time, but it never happened. So I was like, you know what? I was gonna go to the airport, but that shit didn't work out. So I'm like, I'm not doing this shit no more. I'm not doing this shit. I just can't take it no more. You picking up everybody's slack and they say they appreciate you, but they don't show it at all. But yeah, I quit. So my husband was like, it's okay. You can just stay at home. So I was like, okay. You ain't got to tell me twice. Although, not even going to lie to y'all, I've been bored as fuck in the house. No lie. So I was like, I'm going to start my YouTube channel. And two, I actually just joined, started not a YouTube, but a boot camp for computer engineering. So I will be a computer engineer once I'm all finished. It was $10,000. So shout out to my husband for paying for it. And yeah, it's computer coding. Although everybody's like, well, you probably won't need coding, being that we have this AI situation going on. But you guys have to realize that there is somebody behind everything. These cars with no drivers, there is somebody controlling this shit. They have control to stop it. Okay? So there's someone behind everything. AI is not magic. Okay? It is technology. So remember that. Mm. Popeyes be tripping. They give you everything, and they give me no silverware to eat my beans and rice. Like, what the fuck? Stinking booty. Anyway, I got my paper towels down here. Let me get that out. And I'm going to start. I actually don't know how I'm going to hold this camera and do my nails all at the same time. But I'm going to fold this napkin and put it on my thigh. And, I put my hand over the camera. And I will just see if I can hold it like this. Do it some kind of way. I don't know. Well, I probably would have to do one nail at a time and just show you guys that way. So I'll be right back. I'm going to do the first nail. So what I do before I put the liquid on and the powder and everything, the acrylic and all of that, I have to prime. You have to prime your nails. Prime your nails before you put that acrylic on. And that's what's in this small bottle right here. And then I'm going to pour the liquid in there and then dip the brush first in the liquid and then in the powder. I'll show you guys how I do that. Be right back. And really quick, let me just show you guys that, like I said earlier, I put my brush inside of the acetone to clean it, and just want to show you guys how clean it is. Yeah. So just as it was brand new, and the acetone will too take some of that uh polish or whatever they have on the brush before you use it. It will take some of it off, just so you know. So I just wanted to show you guys how clean the brush is once you soak it in the acetone. So this is what my hand looks like after I put the primer on. The primer comes with the, when you buy it like this, and I don't know um, how other jars look, but I've always bought the primer in a small jar like this because you don't really need a lot of it to primer. And it comes with a brush inside, so you can just actually dip it in there. You only need a little bit. And just like with any other tool you're using primer for, like when you paint your walls, it's just a base before you add the permanent, you know? So, and that actually helps keep the acrylic on. So I'm going to start with the acrylic. I actually poured some liquid inside of here. I pour it out of there. I pour it in here. I'm going to open this up and show you guys how I lather my brush. Let me open it really fast. All right. So that is opened, and I'm just going to show you guys before I actually put it on my hand how much you should put on your brush, and don't just like dip your entire brush inside the powder. If you decide to do your nails yourself, or you can just come to me, you know, send me a message, a DM, or whatever you want to call it. Comment on the video. I said DM. This is not Facebook, but send me a comment or leave a comment, and I'll get back with you. Like I said, I will come to you, or we can work something out, or we can meet somewhere where, you know, me being there doing your nails is not a problem. So I like to get my brush nice and wet. You guys know about that. Getting it nice and wet. And then I just, although I actually have a lot on this end, I'm going to dip it over here. Uh-oh, I actually dropped it in there. You can actually pick it back up. You see this damn fly? The hell? So I actually put too much on there, although it is dissolving. I'm going to wipe it on the napkin. But this fly is kind of getting on my damn nerve. Where the fuck it come from? Damn. Them motherfuckers will come in your house so quick. That's actually a fruit fly. So it's actually come from inside the house. So I gotta figure out where they coming from. I'm gonna do this again. And I don't wanna fuck up because I don't wanna waste my damn acrylic. Alright. I'm gonna put some in there. Dip it. And you see that? It's nice and wet. You can actually apply it to the nail. So I'm gonna do that and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys the pinky. I just did it, and that's how it looks. And we're going to move on to the next nail. Well, I'll probably just do the rest of them and before I come back with how it looks. All right, guys, I'm back, and I have put the acrylic on my nails. One thing you should know about if you do decide to do your own fingernails, when you are applying the acrylic to your nails, you want to make sure that it is like the feel of icing. When you are icing a cake, you don't want to put dry icing on a cake because it will not spread. So you want to make sure that the acrylic that you are putting on your nails is nice and wet and loose. You know what I mean? So that you are able to spread it across your nails. So you want to make sure that your brush is nice and wet. I put my brush back inside of the acetone. But like I was saying, you want to make sure that your brush is nice and wet. So if you have to continuously dip your brush inside of the acrylic liquid to do so, do that because that's what it's for. So that is an easy way or just something to know as far as putting acrylic on your nails and making it move swiftly so that you can you know, move with a sense of urgency. That's in my mind. I would like to move with a sense of urgency when I do nails because sometimes I have a lot of people to do in a day. So I don't want to be like stuck on somebody's hand doing what I know I shouldn't be doing. Like using dry acrylic to spread on nails, because then you have a long filing time. That drill, you be drilling all day, and people don't like ugly nails. So you just want to make sure it's nice and clean and swift and neat. So that is a tip from me to you. That's how I like to do my nails. That's what makes me do nails very swiftly, because polishing and designing is very quick. Especially if it's something just like polish or tip or French tip or something like that. But if some people like all that extra designs, like, now today's 2026 and they have taken the nails to the next level, honey. It's not like how it used to be when I was doing nails back in the day. Like, you can just throw some polish on there, some clear fingernail polish, do a little marble design, and be done. Nowadays, people want you to, like, put fucking art on their nails, which is fine because, that is the, whew, excuse me, that is the actual platform for designs. So I am going to start shaping my nails up, and I'll be back with how I buff and get them nice and clean and start polishing. Okay. All right, guys, I'm back and I have filed and shaped up my nails. Like I said, I do not use a drill when I am filing and shaping up my nails. Which that's how I used to do nails in the beginning when I started. I never used a drill. Some people really won't deal with you when you are doing nails, especially if you're not doing it the way the nail shop would do it. That's what I've learned in my experience of doing nails. People really won't fuck with you if you're not doing it the way they see it's being done at the nail shop. So I had to get people in the rhythm of the way that I do nails. I didn't use a drill, and so I will always show them that using a file is just as equivalent as using a drill. And I do not use a drill because I do have epilepsy. If you guys don't know what epilepsy means that you have seizures. And I don't want to, be in the midst of doing my nails using a drill and I have a seizure, because although I do have triggers, there are some times when I just randomly have seizures without being triggered. It's just a brain abnormal, it's just fucked up. I ain't gonna say I got a fucked up ass brain, but it's just being a fucked up, having a fucked up ass brain. But I do take Kepper for it, and I just pray to God, and I'm so thankful and grateful for His grace and mercy, because I wake up every time I have a seizure. So I am very thankful for that. But that is one reason I do not use a drill on myself, because I don't want anything unfortunate to happen. So I'm just going to start buffing my nails and dip it in some oil. So I have the buffer around here somewhere. Okay, here it is on the floor. I'm going to buff my nails. I start with the rugged side, and then I smooth it out with this side, and then I dip it in this oil here, the oil right there. I just dip my hand in. When I'm doing nails, I actually use a brush, but when I'm doing myself, I just dip my hand in there and swirl it around, and then I just wash my hand. All right, I'll be right back, and then we'll start polishing. All right, y'all, I do have the oil on here now. I'm just going to go into the bathroom because I got to pee too and wash my hands. I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I'm back. Nails are nice and cleaned off. As you can see, they're nice and smooth and clean, and that comes with buffing. So if you ever want to know how you get your nails nice smooth, it's because of buffing. You have to buff with the filing area and then smooth it out with the foam. That is the buffer. I've actually cleaned up, oh, excuse me, my area. Actually, I ate another piece of chicken too. And I'm going to pour me another glass of wine. I actually prefer Cabernet or Pinot Noir, but I'll drink whatever. My husband really don't know what to get because I said, can you bring me some wine? And he just said, I know she like red wine, so I'm just going to pick up a bottle of red wine. So I was just interested to see what he brought. And he actually brought back a blend. He got this from Sam's Club. I was like, it's fine, it's cool, I'll drink it because it's not like I never had a blend before. And it's actually pretty good. So you really can't. If you're not a wine drinker or red wine drinker, you wouldn't really know the difference in which wine it is. If you have red wine on a regular basis, then you would definitely, because some wines are a little bit more bitter than the other. Like a Pinot Noir is very, very smooth, whereas your Cab is a little bit more bitter than a Pinot Noir. Whew. Y'all, this fly is getting on my nerve, and it's literally like one. I'm telling those flies are attracted to this. Any flies are attracted to fucking red wine. Trust me. Mm. All right. Oh, I got my beans and rice still open. Let me put the lid on there. I actually don't need this forking away. I got plenty of them anyway. I'll put the lid back on there. Put it back over here with the chicken. Um, so now I'm just gonna decide which color I want. I don't know. I probably use all different ones. I have no idea. Dust the couch off. I'm sitting on the sofa, y'all. And let me see what I want to do. Hold on. I actually like to do my marble designs with a safety pin or something very, very sharp. When I say sharp, I don't mean like a knife sharp, but like a pen sharp, like a needle safety pin. Um, and it's very, very different the way I do my French tip. So I'm gonna do one of the nails of French tip. I actually, excuse me, I actually use tape to do so. I know when you go to the nail shop, they may use a piece of paper, or I'm not even quite sure um, how they do it now these days. I know when I went to the nail shop when I was younger, they would use a piece of paper and just circle it around your nail and spray paint the white on top of your nails. But this is how I use, this is how I do my French tip. I use tape and white nail polish, which I actually have some polish over here. This is some gel nail polish, when I do regular acrylic nails, I like to top it with the gel clear because you still want it to be nice and glossy, and I like the way that gel is. And I have some white nail polish right over here to do that. And I'm just going to open it up and show you guys how I do my French tip. Okay. I'll just take a piece of the tape off. Okay, I have broken a piece of the tape off, and I'm just going to put it on the nail. Show you guys how I do that. And let me not forget to tell you this too. Before you try my method of doing the French tips, you want to make sure that you top your nails with a clear coat, because that tape won't stick unless it has something on it to stick to, because it won't stick to the nail with just it being buffed. It'll slide off. So to make sure that the nail is nice and sticky, should I say. So I just topped it with some clear polish. As you can see, I topped it with some clear polish and wait till it dry. And then we'll put the tape on there. And in the meantime, I'm going to probably paint the rest of the nails. I don't know what color. I'm just going to pick up a color. This is actually what my husband had bought. I took it out. The pack actually fell out. So I'm going to use it since it's already on the floor. And I'm just going to paint one. Oh, it's actually cute. It's like a purple. Let me show you guys. This is actually pretty. It's really cute. So I'm just going to paint one nail this color. It's actually really pretty. I like it. It's cute. Okie See, this is really pretty. I only did one coat, but it's cute. I don't know if you can really see it really well, but let me just tell you, it is really pretty. It's like a purple pinkish like. It's so cute. Let's see if I put it up against the couch, you can tell. I don't know if you can see it a little bit better, but it's pretty. I like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna touch. Yeah, that pink is nice and dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the tape on there. I'll show you guys how I do my French tip. I'm gonna tear off another piece of tape because I had put the other piece on my leg and that's not working. It's not gonna stick anymore. Crap. All right. You guys can see that I put the tape on there and I made it like in an oval shape. And so I'm just going to paint the tip of the nail white. All right. And make sure you have some good white nail polish. You don't want to put no sticky, dried up nail polish because that too can be time consuming because it can be ugly. And you don't want that. All right. Did that. All right. And we did the tip. Uh-oh. Like you can see, I did the French tip on there. And then we're just going to top it with some gel clear. And then I'll sit it under the lamp, which I got right here. I haven't cut it on yet, but that is how I will dry my nails because I'm going to top each nail with the gel polish. All right. So I'm just going to design the rest of them. I'm probably going to use a marble. I have to go get me a needle because I like my marbles to be perfect. And I'll be back. All right, guys. So I just did this nail. See, I don't know if you can see it really good. There we go. So I did the tip of it, and I just did a marble. It's one of my go-tos, and I like it. It's very pretty. I'm gonna go to the next nail. Actually, this is actually the polishes I used. This one and black and white and glitter, of course. When I don't have a skinny, should I say thin stem like this one here, what I do is I buy like a bunch of clear nail polishes and then I just cut the brush until it's very narrow. And then I'll use it to just dip into different polishes. That's another way if you want to save money from buying different polishes with the slim brush. That's just my way of doing things. And, you know, because I'm frugal, I like to save money as much as I can. So I do so. And we're going to move to the next nail and I'll come back and show you guys. All right. And that is the third nail that I just did. It's another marble that I did. It's another go-to. When you ask somebody how do they want their nails and they say, well, just do something. Those are my go-to. This one and this one. I'm like, okay, cool. I got you something. I could have done like 10 people nails and they all would say the same thing. Just do something and they will all get this. They wouldn't even know it. I'm like, yeah, I did the same thing on everybody nails and they don't even know each other. So that's a good thing. So we're going to move on to this next. But remember, I did a different color. So we're going to go back to that color and just do something. All right. Be right back. All right. For that nail, I just put a flower on there and put some glitter on top of it. Yep. I usually will put a stem and maybe some leaves, but I actually don't have the slam um, brush for the white and black. It's actually in the other room. I don't feel like going to get it. I'm actually kind of stuck in this seat in this little area right now, and I'm watching this movie. So we're gonna go and do this nail. I actually don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. I guess we'll see when I come back. All right, and this is the thumb, and this is just an old school marble that I don't think nobody really do marbles anymore. But if you would like a marble, I do them all. Um, and I like my nails. They're actually kind of cute. I am going to take this off. So I only did this just to show you guys how I do my own fingernails. Um, and I hope you like them. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel. There will be more videos. Yeah, and I hope you like them. You guys have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And I see you again. Bye-bye.